Hello everyone, welcome to EduChem channel. In this video lecture, we are going to start a new topic called solutions. The subtopic now we are going to discuss about introduction of solutions. In this part, we'll discuss what are the components of solutions. Next, we'll discuss types of solutions. Next, we'll discuss solubility. So talking about the solution, a solution is consist of two components mainly. One is the solvent, another is the solute. So if we'll mix this solvent and solute, they will form the solutions. Now we are going to learn what are the effect of temperature and pressure in the solution when we apply. A lot of things we can learn from this lecture. So without a doubt, let's start. So let's start the topic solutions. So bigger question is what are these solutions? So solutions are the mixture of two or more pure substance. As we know that solution is made up of two or more component. We have seen many solutions in our day-to-day life. For an example, sugar plus water. So this will give sugar solution. Or you can say salt water solution. There the salt is the solute and the water is the solvent. So you can write salt water. So these are solutions that we are familiar in our day-to-day life. Our basic concern will be a binary solution. So what is a binary solution? The solution where two component is mixed. One component is the solute, another component is the solvent. So if we mix these two, we will going to get the solution part. Now, state of solute and state of solvent, they may vary. What does that mean? That means solute may be liquid, may be gas, or may be solid, or solvent may be liquid, gas, or solid. If we'll change this, then also they will make the solution. But in that case, the state of solution will vary, or it may be liquid, gas, or solid. So in the further slide, we will going to discuss mainly the how many types of solutions are possible. So now let us discuss the type of solution. In this slide, we are going to discuss if we'll change the state of solute and state of solvent, what type of solution we are going to get and what are the examples of those. So let us start. Serial number 1, solute type is gas and solvent is in the form of gas. Okay. So type of solution that we will get, that is gaseous solution. And examples are, that is mixture of O2 and N2. Next one is solute type is liquid, solvent type is gas. So in this type, the solution is gaseous solution. Example is humidity. Next time we will discuss solute type is solid, solvent type is gas, and the type of solution they are going to make, that is gaseous. And the example is I2 vapors in air. Next one, fourth one, that is gas. Solvent is the liquid, and the type of solution they will make, that is also liquid. In this case, the examples are O2 in water. Next one, solute is liquid, solvent is also liquid. The type of solution, obviously this is also liquid. And the example is C2H5OH, water. Next one, sixth one, that is solute is solid, solvent is liquid, and the type of solution, that is liquid. Examples are sugar in water. water. Next one is seventh one. Solute is gas. Solvent is solid. The type of solution is solid solution. Example says H2 in palladium. Okay. Next one, 8.1. Solute is liquid. Solvent is solid. Type of solution is also solid form. And the example are amalgam of mercury with sodium. And the last one, ninth one, solute is solid. Solvent is also in solid form, whereas type of solution that is also solid form. And the examples are alloy. So from this type of solution, our main focus will be from 4, 5 and 6. That is solute component is gas in liquid. We are going to study about gas in liquid. Now liquid in liquid and solid in liquid. And now we are going to study how the temperature and pressure is going to affect this type of solutions. Now let us discuss the concentration terms. These concentration terms are very important for calculation purposes. So check out my mole concept video to understand more about these concentration terms. I'm going to just write down the formulas. I'm not going to explain in detail. So what are the mass percentage? As we know that mass WA is equal to WA of one component divided by WA plus WB. Or you can also say WB is equal to WB divided by WA plus WB. If you want to find out the percentage, then multiply it with 100. Volume percentage similarly VA is equal to VA by VA plus VB into 100. Because we are talking about the percentage, VB is equal to VB divided by VA plus VB into 100. Molarity, as we know that M stands for molarity, that is number of moles present in total volume of solution. Molality, M stands for number of moles of solute divided by mass of solvent in kg. Normality stands for N. We know that number of equivalents divided by volume of solution in liter. Mole fraction, that is XA divided by number of moles of A divided by total number of moles, that is Na plus Nb, and XB is equal to Nb divided by Na plus Nb. Now let us discuss solubility. So solubility is defined as the maximum amount that can be dissolved in a specific amount of solvent. So this tells about you take any solute and mix that solute into any solvent. So what will happen? The maximum amount you are adding, that is nothing but your solubility. So that solubility is depend upon various types. So one of the type is nature of the solute and solvent, as well as the temperature and pressure. Our main concern will be this study the effect of temperature and pressure. Now let us start with first point. We are going to see solubility of solute in liquid. So our solute is, here you can see this is solute and this is our solvent. We are adding solute and solvent. Our solute is in solid state, whereas solvent is in liquid state. Now what will happen if we increase and decrease the temperature in this case? So first point we are going to study, that is endothermic in nature. So if the solution is endothermic in nature, then we can say that delta H is positive, right? So in this case, If you increase the temperature, the solubility is going to increase. Next case, if the solution is exothermic in nature, so for exothermic, delta H, we know that that is negative. So increase in temperature, decrease in solubility. Next one, pressure. Pressure has no effect in this case. We can relate these two terms with the equilibrium concept, as you already know that if A and B, they are in equilibrium, if this is endothermic reaction, that is positive, you can say that increase in temperature, more and more product will form. Okay. And similarly, you can say that A to B, if this is negative or enthalpy is negative, in that case, if we'll increase that temperature, the reaction is going to move backward. Similarly, you can see the same case over the formation of solution. Next point, we will discuss about solubility of gas in liquid. So gas is our solute. Our solute is gas and solvent is liquid. Now we are going to understand effect of temperature in this type of solution. Okay. So effect of temperature, the solubility of gas increases with decrease in temperature. This is very clear from this picture. So you already know about cold drinks, right? So cold drinks where the solute is in the form of gas and the solvent is in liquid. In cold drinks, what happens if we increase the temperature? So in cold drinks or soft drinks, if we increase the temperature, the solubility is going to decrease. That's why all these soft drinks or cold drinks, they kept in low temperature or in refrigerator. Okay. Next is effect of pressure. The solubility of gas increases with pressure. Yes, this is also correct. As these cold drinks kept under high pressure, right? That's why as soon as we open the knob, the pressure is going to release. So we can say that if we increase the pressure, the solubility is also going to increase. So this relation is studied by Henry. Henry law says that the relationship between pressure and solubility of gas in solvent is given by Henry's law. So we can say that pressure is directly proportional to the solubility. If we'll increase the pressure, the solubility is going to increase. Now let us discuss Henry's law. So Henry's law states that the partial pressure of the gas in vapor phase is proportional to the mole fraction. As we have discussed, pressure is directly proportional to the solubility, right? So we can say that if we increase the pressure, the solubility is going to increase. So to understand that concept very clearly, let us take this picture. So in this picture, you can see that as we increase the pressure, what happens? These red dots are your solute. That is your gas, okay? So as we have increased the pressure, more and more gas molecule is going to dissolve in the liquid. So you can see the red dots, which are the gas molecule, they have dissolved in the liquid part. So it is very evidence that if we increase the pressure, solubility is going to increase. Now the Henry law says that the partial pressure of this gas, okay, so the partial pressure is this gas is directly proportional to the mole fraction of this gas molecule. So the partial pressure is directly proportional to the mole fraction of solute. As we already know that if there any proportionality, we can write the constant. So P is equal to KH into X of solute. So this KH is known as Henry's constant, Henry's gas constant. Okay, so you have to remember this formula, that is partial pressure is equal to Henry's gas constant into mole fraction.